Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. Today I want to come to speak to you about the dismissive avoidant attachment style individual and how you can go about healing. I get this question a lot, and because one of the things that you do to heal is really to you're not really too comfortable with physical, or emotional connection, especially emotional connection, and so a lot of times people ask me, so a lot of times they say that, so how do you heal by getting that physical connection that you weren't used to? You didn't used to get hugs or, just that kind of physical connection when you were a child. So a lot of that was missing. And so now we find it really uncomfortable to really get close to someone physically. You can have sex, but it's almost like there is a part of you that's still not into the whole process of having sexual connection with someone else. There's a wall. There's always a wall, and that's a big problem when it comes to someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. The first, as a child, someone with this attachment style was not allowed to really stay in their emotions or express their emotions in any way, because for them it was their caregivers may tell them to go and stop it. Why are you crying? Why are you this or why are you that? They didn't sit with them and kind of let them work through their emotions so that they can recognize that this is a healthy thing to do and this is a normal thing to do. Everyone has emotions, but for them they never learned to do that. So a lot of times, just as they grew up now in adult relationships where they have to connect emotion, where it's healthy in a relationship, it's healthy to connect emotionally and physically, they find it really difficult to do that because they cannot take that emotional or physical intensity when connecting to someone else. And this can be with not only in intimate relationships, but also with friends, with family members, maybe even because you're just not it's very uncomfortable. Individuals with this attachment style, sometimes they want to find out, so how do you become comfortable with the physical connection that you lacked and you never had when you were a child? And a lot of times they go into actual sexually, but and so they're saying, how can you connect sexually if you don't have a partner, or if you're single, or if you're not married, or if your partner and yourself are just not getting along? And so how can you connect sexually? Well, I'm not going to speak about sexually right now because that is very difficult to do if you and your partner are not getting along, or if you're not married, or if you're not single, or if you're single, I'm sorry. But you can work on these things without sexual intercourse. You can work on physical connectivity without sexual intercourse. You can do that. And the first thing, you guys, I want to start mentioning is that you, as a dismissive avoidant, you have to become aware that this is a problem and that you need to work on this problem. So the awareness bit is very important, is the first thing that you need to become aware of. The next thing is that this awareness now has to kind of help you to focus on the things that things that happen daily that we take for granted. What are the thoughts that we're thinking, and what are the emotions that that is derived from those thoughts? And you have to really become very intimate with your thoughts and your emotions so you can recognize what types of thoughts cause these emotions, and what are these emotions. Try to identify what they are, because remember, you never got that skill as a child. You just had to dismiss it and stuff it. Now you have to start exploring these emotions so that you can become more comfortable feeling them at this time, and also showing them to whoever it is, your partner, your family members, friends, whatever it might be, right? So to do that, the first thing you have to do is really pay attention. Get take your time to know, instead of now just everything, all the emotions coming here and then you're stuffing it or you're pushing it away. You now have to allow it to come. Recognize what they are, recognize that they're just emotions, right? They don't have any power over you. You basically have the power when you take back your power, when you're now saying, okay, what is it that I'm feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Right? And how can I go about making a better decision as to what my behavior is as a response of this behavior, of this emotion that I'm feeling? Right? So you have to get comfortable with now allowing the emotions to come. And if you feel like crying, just cry. If you feel, identify what it is. If it's something that is worthy of your tears, then cry, right? So that is a way you're going to start, by actually the recognition of these thoughts that's causing these emotions. And what are these emotions? Identify them, get familiar with them, get intimate with these emotions. It's going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not going to be uncomfortable, especially for someone who's basically been starved of emotions all their lives. So it's not an easy thing to do, but it is worth it once you get past this situation, so that now in the future you can look forward to having healthy relationships where you can connect physically and emotionally with your partner. All right, the next thing that you have to do, guys, is that you to nurture that feeling of lack of physical connection that you also didn't have as a child. You didn't get the hugs, you didn't get your caregivers looking into your eyes and just talking to you. There was just not that connection there. So for the physical part of it, guys, it's really important for you to get in touch with your bodily sensations, and also the feeling of touch. You feel, so massages are good. And when you're having a massage, make sure that you take the time and just feel that experience, the sensations that it produces. Feel all of that. You can also do the massages, with a professional, or you can also, and when you're doing that, they usually use a lot of scents and things to kind of for you to smell that makes you feel really good. Enjoy and embrace those feelings, those feelings and emotions. Get in touch with that part of you that is missing. And that is how that is one of the ways you're going to be able to become now more comfortable showing and experiencing those emotions with others. If you don't go for a massage, you can do self-massage, because just the touch from yourself, you can touch yourself, do a hand massage, do a foot massage, whatever it might be. Just sit with yourself and just feel the sensations that is derived from massaging your hands, your feet, or your neck, or whatever it is. Just experience that touch that you didn't get to experience as a child. The other thing you can do, guys, to now connect with the other parts of your senses, because it's really, I've noticed a lot of individuals that I know anyway, there are different levels, but the ones that I've met anyway, a lot of people have a very bland, they are not very, they don't laugh a lot. Or the laugh is not a gut laugh that you'd see mostly especially for the people who are anxious, preoccupied. They exude joy, but for the dismissive avoidant, it's as if they did not feel comfortable to express their emotions, to express themselves, to express joy, to express pain, to express everything. Everything is just stuffed. So now it is a good practice for you to go, and what I encourage is to start with is to watch those movies, whether it be a comedy, for laughter, to express yourself and just laugh and be silly and just enjoy that laughter and express it, not just to feel that it's funny inside, but then nobody could ever tell if it's funny looking at your face, right? But just to kind of know, sit by yourself. You can do this by yourself in your home and watch comedy to elicit that laughter and that joy and that presence in yourself of that happiness that can elicit, right? The next thing is that you can also watch movies that elicit a lot of emotions in terms of pain or hurt. And so you sit there and you try to really just be in them, almost like you're that person, take on the identity almost, and really embrace those feelings instead of trying to fight it away or just kind of thinking, oh, it's just a movie, whatever it might be. Because that's what I hear a lot of people, oh, it's just a movie. But for someone else who, and I know the anxious preoccupied is someone who does this, they will see a movie and they'll be crying along with the people in the thing. They're experiencing every single emotion, right? Whereas the dismissive avoidant person is like no emotions, all right? You know, for the most part. And as I say, there are different levels. I'm just speaking about the ones that I've met. So now, but as you practice allowing these emotions to come in and practicing these emotions, getting connected to these emotions in a movie where there's no threat. It's not like you're with your partner, and that is why I suggested the movies, right? There's no threat with that. Then you can now practice to get comfortable with your own emotions, right? To express those emotions and to also be able to enjoy those emotions with your partner. The next thing, guys, is that you can do this also by going outdoors. Outdoors is full of sensory information when you go outside. I mean, yes, inside there's sensory information too, but it's better when you go outside into nature to experience those sensory. You can pay attention to the small things that you probably never paid attention to. The breeze, the feel of the breeze on your skin, in your hair, on your body, right? You go to the beach, the feel of the sand beneath your feet, that kind of thing. You could take up shells and you look at those shells and really just feel the smoothness of the shells. These are things that someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style just never learned to cultivate because it wasn't seen as important. It was maybe, something that was weird. I don't know, but the fact that they cannot express these emotions is the weird part, but they didn't grow up knowing that. So there are different stones that you can find on the beach. There are different pieces of stick. I go outside and I am like immersed into nature. I look at I look on the ground and the grass and see the blades of grass. I pay attention to those things. And someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style just never saw those things, right? So I want you to be more, and these things elicit certain type of emotions. Look at this little ant carrying this little thing on, just all these little things, right? So just to really basically connect to nature with the feel of the air, the sun, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the water beneath your feet if you're at the beach, how it feels, the sand beneath your feet, going through, your toes, whatever it might be, just to feel and get intimately connected to those parts of you that was deprived as a child. So guys, I hope that those few things, is there anything else I can, yeah, so those are basically it. Also another thing I thought of was going to a museum or going to somewhere where you see things or looking at paintings and just feeling that emotion that maybe the artist felt while he was painting that, or even at different sculptures. Look at those things and really kind of just try to connect with the art. Art is very good for that too, to connect yourself with just your emotions and the feelings that you were never allowed to express as a child. So guys, I hope that helps in some way. Please guys, please like this video for me, because it does help me to extend my viewership and help me to be really make more of these for you. So please like this for me and share with someone if you find that this is going to be valuable for someone else. So this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. In the meantime, guys, please never stop growing. Take care and have a wonderful day. Next time. Bye.